Climate action. Better late than never. This year, the concentration of atmospheric carbon dioxide reached its highest level since the beginning of observation. This is a 50% increase from the pre-industrial levels. This year, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, published a very significant finding. According to that report, the Earth has warmed 1.09 degrees Celsius since pre-industrial times. The climate crisis knows no border. The Republic of Korea proposed that the UN adopt the International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies on September 7th and urged global cooperation. The importance of climate change has become a global issue, partly due to the observations of a British engineer. This engineer made the observation that human activities may affect climate change. In response, the world established the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, and signed the first international agreement, the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, in Rio, Brazil in 1992. The objective of the UNFCCC was to limit the emission of various greenhouse gases and prevent global warming. With the adoption of the Kyoto Protocol in 1997, developed countries set specific reduction goals to achieve this objective. Since 2015, almost all parties to the UNFCCC have signed on to the Paris Agreement, setting their own national greenhouse gas reduction targets, including specific implementation measures to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And now, in the face of global warming and the climate crisis, countries around the world are acting on their commitments to achieve carbon neutrality. Last year, the Korean government revealed the Korean Green New Deal, a strategy to transition to a low-carbon economy while stimulating job creation. Korea also submitted its long-term low greenhouse gas emission development strategies to the UN and pledged to become carbon neutral by 2050. With strong political will to achieve carbon neutrality, the Korean government announced an updated national greenhouse gas target to reduce 40% by 2030 for its Nationally Determined Contribution, NDC, at the 26th UN Climate Change Conference of the Parties, COP26. The ROK also joined the Global Methane Pledge, planning to cut 30% from the global methane emissions by 2030. Having grown from a developing country to an advanced economy through rapid industrialization, Korea actively serves as a bridge between the advanced and the developing countries in the global climate response. Under the initiative of the Korean government, the headquarters of the Global Green Growth Institute, GGGI, an international organization supporting green growth in developing countries, was established in Korea in 2012. Furthermore, Korea hosted the Climate Technology Center and Network, CTCN's Partnership and Liaison Office, and the headquarters of the Global Climate Fund, GCF, the world's largest climate fund. Through public and private cooperation, Korea successfully hosted the P4G Seoul Summit, where world leaders discussed inclusive green recovery towards carbon neutrality. Through these practices, Korea has shown the international community its commitment to supporting green recovery in the developing countries and to implementing enhanced climate and environmental protection measures to realize carbon neutrality. 2021 marks the first year for implementing the Paris Agreement adopted by the international community. At COP26 in Glasgow, UK, in 2021, the Glasgow Climate Pact was adopted, reaffirming the world's commitment to achieving the goal to limit the average global temperature's increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Carbon neutrality is a challenge that requires fundamental changes in our social and economic systems. Korea is working shoulder to shoulder with countries around the world to accelerate the transformation that will save lives and usher in a better future. Now is the time to start global climate action for the sake of the future generation and all of us. Better late than never.